Hello everybody, can I get a quick sound check, mic check? Alright, let me power up these screens real quick. Alright, can you guys see my screen now? I've got the headset on. Is it choppy? Is it muffled? What's going on? Sounds good, screen's good. Awesome. Awesome. Let's see here. Alright, so we are going to do a quick little session on one of my favorite indicators here at Simpler, the PMZ, aka the pre-market zone. The PMZ is a proprietary indicator. It's primarily used by Trendy John over in the Trendy John room and Melissa, and it's personally one of my favorite indicators. So instead of giving you guys a presentation, we're going to jump right into charts, just because I'm not really, big on having slides when we can just jump into charts and kind of show you guys how it works, and if it piques your interest, we can go from there. So what it does essentially, let me pull up a couple of tickers that I was looking at here. This was a trade Melissa took this morning. What it does essentially, it takes data from the pre-market and it's going to populate a zone, and that zone can act as either support or resistance, based on where price is, right? So when its price is above, that zone is going to be acting as support. When price is below, that zone is going to be acting as resistance. I really like to use it to help me stay on the right side of the market. I never really want to be long on the underside of the PMZ. I never really want to be short above it. And just that simple rule and that simple tool has helped mitigate a ton of my losses and increased my hit rate with my own strategies. So super awesome tool. And I'm going to show you guys, a few examples of it working. So this was Google yesterday. As you can see, price opened up above the PMZ, the pre-market zone. We got a spike up, we got a pull back, and this zone, this was auto-populated. I saw this 5 minutes before the open, so I knew exactly where, if I wanted to get long, I didn't take this trade, but this is just an example of the indicator. It would come into this zone, and do we see how it acts, right, as support? Super awesome. Go back a few days on Google. I believe Melissa took a trade on it this morning on this break. So here's another example. The other day, what happened was price went below, right? Remember, I don't want to be long below because this acted, as you can see, acted as resistance. So price went below, popped up, rejected until, right, we got these little hammer candles, these wicks. We got this break of the PMZ, and it ended up resulting in a nice little push. So let's see here. I had a few more charts I want to run by you guys. Double check the chat here. Is anyone here familiar with the PMZ? Has anyone used it? Mirza, I know Mirza's used it. Mirza's been trading it on the SPY, and he's been doing really well with it. So shout out to Mirza. I know Melissa has used it, and she trades with something like a 70-80% win rate, which is insane. I'll go ahead and show you guys a few more examples, and then we can get into how to download it, and then we can do a few questions if you guys have any questions. think of this as sort of like a trial run for the indicator. I'll show a few examples of charts if you guys want to throw some charts on. I can show you, how that chart would have interacted with the PMZ, and then if you have any additional questions, I'd be happy to run by, or I'd be happy to answer them if you run them by me. So this was another day on Google where, right, I don't really want to be buying down here because we're below the PMZ, but once I get that break, pull back and hold, that kind of shows me confirmation. And what's really interesting, and this is really cool timing. I actually worked in tech support for Simpler earlier in the year. I'm sure I spoke to a few of you over the phone, and they asked me like, hey, what sort of indicators do you use in your own trading? Because I've been trading for a few years now myself. What sort of indicators did you want to share with the people of Essentials? And PMZ is the one I chose, and it was sort of my job for a few months to understand all of our indicators. So I popped the hood on a ton of them and really try to understand them. And this is one of my personal favorites. So that's why I'm choosing to share this one with you. And funny enough, I had some of my best trades this year on my strategy, and the PMZ actually helped me a ton with that. So one of the trades was CDIO. This was a long trade. What ended up happening was LIFW, which is a small cap biotech, it ended up making this crazy move. I mean, we went from $3 to about $17, which is 465% in a day. Crazy outlier move. Totally doesn't make sense, but what happens is that these companies, right, when they make a big move like this, similar companies within that industry will make an outlier move themselves, and this is called sympathy plays, right? So if you guys remember Tesla, when it went on that crazy run in 2020, there was a ton of sympathies. So this concept is very similar. If you remember Tesla going higher, usually when Tesla goes higher, Rivian, Nikola, all these smaller electric vehicle companies tend to go higher. They tend to follow a leader. So when LIFW did this, I had a few similar companies on my watch. So this was a biotech with a very small float, and then CDIO was as well. So if you look, LIFW, right, it made this move on November 6th. I was watching CDIO on November 6th, and I knew, hey, LIFW made a crazy move. Who's to say that CDIO might not make a crazy move, especially considering we were doing about over 100 million volume this day? Well, now I have a directional bias, right? I have a reason to enter the trade. What sort of tools can I use to manage my risk and give me a good, safe entry? Well, insert the PMZ. If you look, I'll go on the 1 minute chart here because I use this pretty often. If you look on this day, right? So remember, I'm coming in with a directional bias because this sector got really, really hot this week. And I'm coming in, and what you get in the morning is you get a break, right? You get a support hold. This is yesterday's close. You get a break below the PMZ, and then what happens, right? You get a reclaim. You get these hammers showing support. The 9 EMA crosses over the 21. Support. You get this breakout, right? Let's say you enter here. Put a little arrow there. And I actually did trade this. I didn't catch this entire move, but I did have a decent win on it. So you get here, your risk is about, let's say, 12% on this trade. Well, the PMZ would have gotten you in where there was 112% of range. So that risk, right, that you put on initially for the trade, assuming you sold up here, which is unrealistic, it gave you 10x your risk. So it's really, really hard to be not profitable when your wins are so much bigger than your losers. And CDIO was a great example of, already having a strategy, which I do, right? Sympathy plays, sector momentum, and then using the PMZ as a supplement to help me get in and tighten up my risk. Had I not had the PMZ, I probably would have been risking low of day, right? Which that takes your risk from 12% to 20%. That's almost double, right? So the PMZ can help really enhance whatever systems you may have, or it can be a standalone system itself. So that was just one trade I took. Today it actually offered a really nice short off the PMZ, but I didn't take this one. I was watching other stuff. So you had this push up, you had this stuff with really big volume showing supply, and then you go below the PMZ, right, and you get a nice deep, what's that, 30% fade. So I love using it with my own strategies. So if you do have strategies and you do have a system, the PMZ I think can be a really good supplement to that. And even if you don't, Trendy John also does have a class called the PMZ system where he teaches you how to trade these zones profitably. And like I said, I know a few traders here who did start implementing it. Mirza being one, he's doing really good with the SPY using the PMZ. He's a SPY guy. I give him a hard time for that because I like to trade equities, but he's an index guy, so we'll give him a pass. But he's doing really well. And then Melissa, whom I mentioned earlier, trades this thing with like a 70-80% win rate, which is just incredible. So shout out to them. Let's hop back in here and then see if we got any questions. We'll do maybe 5-10 minutes of questions, and then I'll pop in and show you guys how to purchase it if you are interested, and then any additional questions. Popeye, this is one of Trendy John's indicators. So it's part of his indicator bundle. If you talk to tech, you might be able to just purchase the PMZ alone. I'm not too sure about that, but I'd assume so. But it is a part of Trendy John's bundle, and it's really big in his decision process. And then RVSTSI. How do you draw PMZ? So the beautiful thing about the PMZ is it populates by itself, right? There's no need for you to come in early to draw your own supply and demand zones. The PMZ actually does that for you, which is why I love it, right? Like I don't have to use my intuition to figure out, hey, is this an important zone? Is this an important level? I don't really have to second guess those things. The PMZ actually does it for me, and it puts me in really good positions to stay on the right side of the market. What's funny actually is I was short selling the stock, and it was above the PMZ, and I had kind of just thrown it on in my charts. I'm always curious, always looking for new indicator interactions, looking for new edge in the market, and I started shorting the stock, and it ended up squeezing me out, and I was like, well, hey, how can I avoid this? And I realized that, hey, you shorted above the PMZ, and I know Trendy John, who's a fantastic trader, always talks about not doing that. And I was like, all right, well, maybe I was being stubborn. Maybe I should actually listen. And then I actually ended up throwing it on my charts, and I haven't really taken an outsized short loss since using it. So if anything, it helps me mitigate my losses, right? But I just showed you guys some charts. I've had some awesome wins from it, so I'm a super big fan of it. And it works on everything. Like I said, Mirza trades it on the SPY, and I'm trading biotechs with market caps under $100 million. So it's pretty incredible. It's kind of funny how much range there is in the types of securities and stocks that you can use it on. So I love it. It's super robust, and I have a great time using it. Anyone have any additional questions? Or any charts? We can SPY is for real traders. Actually, that's a good one. Let's take a peek at the SPY. I think it had a PMZ interaction today where I just missed it, right? goes below, pops, and then fails. Yesterday, though, right? You had this little fake breakout, and then I know Mirza was short in here. I know he was short in here. He was a bear on the day. It ended up, doing this little fake breakout, and then I love these when it goes below the intraday support, because now you get to couple that intraday supply, right? Bunch of stops there, right? Bunch of stops. Everyone who bought here is underwater. We go below, pop up, and now the PMZ, right, acts as resistance. So super awesome tool, super awesome indicator that I'm a big fan of. So there, it worked on the SPY, and it worked on this company with a market cap of $50 million. So it just goes to show how powerful it is. So I'm a big fan of it. I definitely think if you are curious, definitely worth checking out. And then use this time as if you want to take a look at it on a specific chart. I'm here for you guys. So any questions you guys might have, I'm happy to help. It's probably, I'd say, my favorite indicator here, but yeah, the squeeze is a good one, but the squeeze is I like using the squeeze when there's a weekly squeeze, which isn't year round. The PMZ year round, so it's one of my favorites. So, there's also another thing I wanted to add. With this indicator, you also get a scan. It'll just automatically throw tickers on your watch list. If you connect it to your watch list column, it'll throw tickers on your scan that actually are trading within the PMZ. So super awesome tool for that. I'm a big fan of the scan. It's really nice having a scan like that where you can sort of just filter through all the noise and kind of say, hey, these are the tickers that are going to fit my system. These are the tickers that are going to fit my edge. I don't need to, focus on anything else, right? This scan is all I need, and that's what's super cool. Not to mention, it's about as automated as it gets. I know I was in the futures room the other day, and Neil mentioned that he loves that thing, and I was like, me too, man. So super cool. So if you guys don't have any additional questions regarding charts, I can show you guys if you are interested. Let's see. Omer, are you only using the PMZ for day trades / scalps, or just use it on weekly / monthly timeframes for swing trades? So I personally use it intraday. I know Trendy, if you do use his class and his system, he does everything under the sun. I mean, he will take multi-month swing trades. He will take intraday trades. He will do all these things. And he does use the PMZ. Melissa actually this morning in the Trendy room, she was playing a big picture swing trade using the PMZ for entry. So I think to answer your question, Popeye, it can be used for both. I think if you have a directional bias on the day, no matter how long the time frame is, whether you want to swing it for 1, 2, 3 days or 2 months, that PMZ can really help you get in at the correct time. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I personally use it for intraday trades. I wouldn't really call them scalps, because I mean, if you look at some of these charts, like CDIO, like, yeah, this is an intraday trade, but I don't think it's a scalp. I mean, if you look here, right, from where you broke the PMZ to what was the low of day around here, I mean, that's a 28% win. So I wouldn't call that a scalp. I'd call that a really nice intraday trade. What I do love about it, though, is that it gives me a set risk level. So it allows me to work and moderate, and then also just place my trades. So like, had I gotten short here, I did miss this one, as I mentioned earlier, I'd be placing a stop loss right here, and then I'd probably be placing a target around this $1.95 level just because it's a whole $0.50 of support and resistance. But what I love about it is, when price breaches below really hard, I feel super, super confident and super convicted in this level holding. So I'm able to sort of automate the trade and then take some decent size with some decent conviction, because I rarely see things fail this hard and then reclaim the PMZ with real strength. So I use it for intraday trading, to answer your question, but I wouldn't call these scalps, because I think if you have a good directional bias on a ticker, right? Like we talked about this entry earlier, it's 138% in 30 minutes. I wouldn't call that an intraday scalp, but it can be used for scalping, absolutely, if you are interested in that sort of thing. And then another one, which was part of these, was LIFW from yesterday. So this is a good example, right? We have this spike, we have this pull, we have this PMZ rejection, and then we have this fail, and then we have this bounce. So there's a support level here at $6. If you see using the PMZ, again, right? I'll also couple the 9 and the 21 EMA with the PMZ. And if you look here, right, this was a bounce long. If you look at this 5-day, 5-minute, you have this crazy extension, right, of 700%. Then you have this red day of 34%. So up, down, any sort of strength here, you're gonna get some range, right? Because you have range here, these things just aren't gonna go straight down, especially if you can couple it with the support level of $6. And then I have a directional bias on the day, and I use my PMZ, and then let's see here, I use my PMZ, and we go up, down, we break through, and you're looking at 60% in 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, right? Not to say these are common trades, but you nail a couple of these a month, you're golden, right? But the key here is, right, PMZ. Yesterday, I don't want to be overly aggressive long because I'm below the PMZ, right? Here, I don't want to be shorting this, right? I can guarantee some folks were, coming into the PMZ, probably shorting around here, that morning spike, and then look, you get blown out, right? But you use the PMZ, it kind of helps you stay on the right side of the market. So yeah, you can use them for intraday trading and scalping. I'd probably say that's the best way to use it. So yeah, because it does populate in the pre-market zone, but I think it's a really good supplement to pretty much any system that you may have, because you always want to know where that pre-market intraday support and supply may be. So you want to stay on the right side of the market, right? The hardest thing is to if you want to be a nimble trader who goes both ways, it's really hard to have that read day by day because there's just so much variance. But when you have indicators and systems like the PMZ, it really helps you stay on the right side of the market. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna show you guys. Let's see, 4-hour chart. Is there any specific ticker you wanted to look at? Let's say 30-day, 4-hour. This one will probably be a mess in the 4-hour because these are the micro caps, but I don't think it populates. Does it populate on the 4, Mirza? I don't think it does. I know Trendy mostly uses it on a 5-minute chart. So yeah, I don't believe it will, but let me double check that. Go SPY. So no, you will not get it to populate. It's really an intraday type of system. What Trendy does have, though, if you look at a few of Trendy's stuff, he does have higher time frame edges and higher time frame levels that he does use. So you're kind of aware of the entire ecosystem of the ticker, where support is, where resistance is, and it's really incredible. I'm fascinated by what he does on a day-to-day basis. So we can try it out on Amazon. Let's do like a, maybe like a 15-day 5. And then remember, guys, this is the thing that I really wanna hammer home. It's not just, hey, it's at the PMZ I'm buying, it's below the PMZ I'm shorting, right? You have to have some sort of thesis, right? So like, maybe there's a positive news catalyst and you want to be bullish on the day, right? Maybe it's in a weekly squeeze or a daily squeeze and you want to be bullish on the day and you want to ask yourself, hey, what's my timing going to look like? How do I time this intraday? How do I minimize my risk, maximize my reward, right? Because that's what trading is about, right? You want to have good risk reward ratios, you want to have good levels that invalidate your thesis, and the PMZ offers that automatically. So let's see who asked to Popeye. Let's take a look at Amazon for a few days here. This was an example, right, where it actually opens up above the PMZ, pulls back. If you have a directional bias on this day, like if this had a positive news catalyst or it was breaking out of a daily level, which it was here, I'd probably be buying these dips, risking the PMZ for a swing, just because there is so much range. Here's another day where you see here how you want to be bullish on the day, right? Stack DMAs, price above the PMZ. I want to have a bullish bias. Here, price is below the PMZ, so I probably want to be a little bit bearish. I really don't want to be buying here, right? Because price has to go all the way above this powerful indicator. No, thank you. I'll just take the easy trades. I'd probably be more bearish on this day, right? Then we go to the next day, right? We'll just go day by day here, right? We open below, right? I don't want to be buying down here because I'm still below supply, right? But once we break and support, right? That's the key. Break, support, right? We got to be patient. We get a nice directional move. Here again, right? Price goes up, goes below. Maybe you're going here, but right, it doesn't matter. Let's say you enter a trade here, you take a small cut, doesn't matter, right? Price goes below the PMZ. Now, let's say you entered here hypothetically and you stopped out around here. You're losing what, 0.1%. But then let's say you flip to a short bias, right? Risking up here. You're risking 0.1 to make what, 0.5. That win, right, is 5x your loss. And when you have tools like this, it can really help you kind of have much bigger winners than losers, assuming you execute, with some discipline. So here's another example. Price goes below the PMZ today, right? And then lo and behold, price is downtrending, right? You see how it doesn't get above this level? Well, that's stuff to take note of. Oh, my bad. Popeye, thank you. I actually have, I'm flipping between screens, so I only have one monitor to work with here. But yeah, let's take a quick look at Amazon. I'm going to show you guys how you can buy it, and then I'm going to head out. So Amazon, right? Same thing. Doesn't matter whether it's a SPY, or Amazon. It's working, right? Above, I want to be bullish. Below, I want to be bearish. Here, let's see a few more days. We can go here, right? Above, I want to be bullish, right? Where's another one here? Oh, we're below the PMZ. Okay, I don't want to be placing longs, right? And then here, we're below, right? Kind of a choppy day, right? Maybe one to avoid. But this is why you have a scanner, right? It's going to show you all the tickers that you need to have. Here we go again. Another example. Price goes above, it acts as support, and we go higher, right? Just a few more here, right? Price is below, right? I want to be bearish, right? And today was a bit of a chop day, but you see how we're sort of rejecting the PMZ. So, yeah, Popeye, that was kind of quick, just because we are running out of time here. But I'm gonna let you guys go. John, I will PM you, and then we can chat about the PMZ. I know we got some folks waiting to come on to the session. If you guys are interested in the PMZ, it is in our store. So if you go over into our store, you will be able to purchase it. I think we only have the package for PMZ, or not PMZ, but we have Trendy's bundle, and then we also have a class called the PMZ system. If you guys need any assistance with that, just ping me in the off-topic chat. I'd be happy to send you guys links. We are kind of running overboard or over our time, so I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope it was helpful. And then, like I said before, if you are curious, just let me know, and we can get you guys taken care of, get you guys sorted. All right. You guys have a great day. Have a fantastic day. Had a blast with you guys. Thank you, Popeye, John, Bradley. Thank you for the engagement. Mirza. You guys have a great day. All right. Bye-bye.